Hey, it's Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and it's Friday, March the 8th. This will be our chart lesson for today. We started out we didn't have a whole lot of volume here. I was a little bit leery of trading this to begin with early this morning. I got here, started early today. It's Friday. I wanted to get done. But the price action set up, it works. You know, you see, I'll show you, had the trend line coming up. It's really steep. We broke it right here. Two legs up. We didn't quite make a new high, but that's a retest. It's kind of a triple top, double top. And then we sold off just like you'd expect. And we had just about as steep going down. But then we kind of went into this channel. But I believe, you know, we got a trend line break here. And even though there looks like four swings there, it's a two-legged correction, or you know, move to a new low, and then we corrected. Now we're kind of doing the same thing over here, and there's actually two legs in that leg, then a correction, and two more legs down in that leg. And you can see, I'll just show you there. There's leg one, has two legs in it, then the correction in the middle. And you can see it's basically almost a perfect measured move. And then we've been correcting ever since. So the price action has still been good. The volume was a little weak to begin with, but it looks like it kind of straightened out over here. And most of the volumes are now in this. This is actually the June contract. And there was nothing really going on in the March contract today. And so I just closed it now. So I'm now trading the June contract. Like I said, I was a little bit concerned earlier when I came in earlier, but you know, I saw the setups, I took them, and everything worked great. And so, you know, the price action works. It's valid no matter how, you know, even when the volume's not good. The problem is when the volume's not there, you just don't get a lot of volatility. But we still really had some pretty good volatility too. So this was, you know, made most of my money on this move down here, and was really pretty much done by, you know, 9:30 this morning. I only really saw one trade after 9 o'clock that I'd say really after 9:15 that I liked, and that was this setup here. And you might have even entered here, but there's just too much overlap right there. And then but now you got two tests of this previous low in reverse. It's a failed second entry short basically. And you're getting, you know, you got the support right across there as well. So nice place to go along there. But let's just start the first trade. This is just a two-legged pullback to the EMA. You really needed to wait on the more bullish bar, but that made it really hard to enter right here without using the, you know, keeping your stop in place. So what I did was I just dropped a limit order. Once we broke above that bar, I dropped a limit order in there, and I actually could have gotten another tick out of it, but didn't matter. I got filled, easy scalp, and then it sold off. And I was tempted to go short here, but everything's still above the EMA. Uh, we've only had one leg so far, so I waited just to see what would happen. And of course, then you test these lows right here, and you get a little failed second entry short, a little trap right there at the bottom. Nice little reversal bar. You go along there, another easy scalp, and then guess what? Then you get this trap at the top. Notice those two matching highs right there. We ticked one tick higher, turned down. I actually went short below the doji. The better trade, the more, you know, the safer trade is to wait on that bar to complete. You go short right there. Either way, fairly easy scalp. Any runners were safe. Either way, you could ride this all the way down. As far as you can go with it. Really, where I entered was on, or exited was on the double bottom right here on that reversal bar, the little trap right there. And I was tempted to reverse and go long there, but I didn't, because you just never know if you're going to get another leg like that. You're better off to wait on some kind of better trap. And you can see that, you know, we finally broke lower. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself there, but easy short up here. Runner safe, and this was just a breakout pullback short right here, and you can see that. You should have had this little trend line. It's just the first little peek through the trend line, and you're looking for prices to probably at least come right here, but they just kept kind of going low. And so again, your runners were safe here, and you get a chance to ride this down a little further. Nice setup. I didn't like going short here. This is really another breakout pullback short, because really this should have moved down to here now, and you can see that it's if you're using your lines, there's a nice breakout pullback short right there. I didn't like it because we had just bounced off. That was like we were finally coming back and retesting this. So there wasn't a lot of room there. A lot of times these fail. So I didn't like that one, and I definitely didn't like this one. So, but when we came back up and you were able to kind of get a little, if you see that, you can kind of see that little trend line, that little channel. And actually I got the line off the lower side and drug it up, and it fit so well that I'm thinking, hey, well, maybe this is a spiking channel. And maybe I didn't have this, maybe this trend line wasn't valid. But in the end, it's still a turn off that trend line. And what I did, because we didn't close all the way on low, I just kind of dropped a limit order back a tick or two in this, and it got filled. And that's the way you got to do that, unless you want to risk more on your stop. And you definitely don't want to risk more than 2 points. But you could have gotten into that still with the 2-point stop. But when I'm not real sure, that's what I'll do. I'll put a limit order in there and try to get a little head start. But it worked all the same. Either way you entered, whether you entered below that bar or in that bar, you still got your 5 ticks. And you probably didn't get a big runner out of it all the same, but still you were able to get a nice scalp there. And then by that time it was obvious we were in congestion right here. And this is just a trading range. Congestion is just a smaller trading range. And we broke lower here and failed. And that's a second, there's one leg, pull back, second leg. And plus, I was showing you a minute ago, it was already 2 legs down to a new low. That little doji there is worth the risk in trying to get long. You had to ride out this little pullback. This is much more aggressive because if you saw the channel, there's a chance that we're in a channel. But notice that we've overshot it a second time there. And that's why I circled in the green, because it is more aggressive, but I liked it and felt like it was probably going to be at least a momentary low. And we did have to ride back a little bit of a pull back here, but still the trade worked out. And if you held on, any runners were safe, and you were able to ride this to wherever, you could still be long right now. And but we've had a trend line break here on this possible channel. And overall, this just really looks like a range day. It's kind of a choppy day. And, but now you can see we're making a retest here after this trend line break. So will we sell off? We'll just have to see. But my guess is this is a range day. And it wouldn't surprise me if we went up and tested these highs. And if you don't have this line and you're still trading, I'd drag this across, just so you can be looking for a possible area where we might find resistance again if we go higher here. But anyway, I circled that one in green because it definitely is more aggressive. But these trades are, once you get in these little choppy ranges, they're pretty predictable in my opinion. And here's another one. We already mentioned this one, but notice that even though there's a little 2-legged correction there, this is really one leg, pull back, second leg. It's a 2-legged pull back to the possible trend line coming off those first 2 swings. Bounces right off of it, but by that point, it's a failed second entry short. It's a bounce off this support area that was right through here at that point. It's a triple bottom. It's a bounce off the trend line. The trap from the failed second entry short. Lots of reasons to like that long, and you can see it was quick and easy. It got real choppy in here, so depending on how you played it, your runners would have been safe through here, but then we get the pull back, and guess where it comes back? Just enough to get those runners, and then we're headed higher again. But you got your trend line break there, this possible channel, and now we're testing the highs, and it's late on Friday. It's rollover time. People ask me, should I waste my time trading? Well, you never know. By the time you decide that you're giving up, then you'll have a big move But generally these days are slow and kind of quiet and kind of like what you're seeing right here. So who knows how it'll work out. But that was really it for today. There were some pretty good moves in here, some pretty good trades, but um, really it was all done by 10 o'clock today, and there hadn't been really many very decent setups since then. So, I mean, it's been just kind of choppy. This was tempting to short right here. I didn't. I already had my target, so I just called it a day. It was real tempting. I don't really see any, this was a tempting long. It never triggered. This is not a very pretty bar here to be going long above, and you see it did come back. Again, there's no good setup right in here. It keeps going higher, but it's following the rules, but it's just so choppy and weak that it's not worth risking, in my opinion. So I certainly wasn't going to enter there. I just don't like any of those setups. I mean, they're all following the price action rules, but you're getting a lot of overlapping bars, doji looking bars, and you're not getting the right signal bars and so forth. So it gets a little bit, you're gambling a little bit. So, but that was it for today. Uh, Nothing much else spectacular to talk about today. It's been a pretty good week until the last couple of days till rollover. And again, if you didn't see yesterday's video, rollover day, rollover time is like that. People are, the long-term traders, the people that move the market, the funds, and things like that. They're busy, rolling over and resetting their trades and figuring out what they're going to do. And so the volume is mixed between two contracts, things like that. And a lot of people just, take these days off. So not a bad idea if you want to. So I generally will still trade them. I may be limited into what I trade, or I may just watch it a lot, but I generally don't take the day off. But a lot of people will take off during this time. So, but anyway, that's pretty much it for today and the week. We'll do it again Monday. But I'm going to wrap it up and get out of here and enjoy my weekend. It's another pretty sunny day here, and it's like a spring day almost. So I'm going to enjoy it while it's here, and hope you do the same. But have a great weekend. Hope you had a great trading week, and we'll come back and do it again next week. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll do it again next time.